this Thanksgiving season, which is this Thursday. That's from Michelle Lone, 65. That's her handle there. And it's true. It's going to be a short school week for these kids because they have Thanksgiving, on Thursday. And what's to be thankful for a lot of these families.
And again, that's one of the things that the counselors and the chaplains are working with family members at Woodmore Elementary and any students who are still there that were on the bus and then were okay to go home with their parents. We saw parents, our crews on the scene, running up to the emergency tape, going right under it, running up to that crash scene, trying to find out where their student was and just screaming in agony as they waited to find out if their child was okay. And just in this situation, a heartbreaking moment. We heard from Chattanooga police, and a heartbreaking moment for everyone who had someone involved in this. We know that several school board members, as well as several members of the
wherewithal, the ability to speak to our reporter, Kelly McCarthy, and told her that some of his friends were still on the bus. And our prayers go out for his family, for his mom, for his friends, for him as he faces this tragedy.
And add the emergency workers to your list as well. David Carroll has done such a great job reminding us of their response. You can tell on their faces that they were seeing things that they are not used to seeing, and those guys and gals certainly see a lot of things that most of us mere mortals wouldn't be able to stomach.
Cindy, things are seeming to quiet down a little bit here at the emergency room. The police that were guarding the front entrance have moved from the ER to TC Thompson, where some parents are still waiting to hear things. They're waiting to learn updates, and a lot of them are just kind of gathering for support. The police have, like you said earlier, the police and all the first responders, it's a tough day for them here at the hospital, as they were 23 victims out of the 35 children were brought to area hospitals, and these EMTs and paramedics and the police officers, they were seeing it all firsthand, and they were comforting these parents, these mom and dads who don't know the status of their children. They were giving hugs out, and you could just hear them talking and trying to calm them down. A very sobering experience here at Erlanger. Part of the road is still blocked off by police, but I did say that the police have moved from the entrance of the ER to TC Thompson and just kind of hanging out with other people coming by the hospital. Very sad situation here, but just keep all of these family members and our first responders in your prayers tonight.
It always does. The line out the door for people to donate blood for these children involved in this crash. And you see, Bo Watson just walked by there a couple minutes ago. But there's the line out the door. And Blood Assurance told us, when they tweeted out, that they may not be able to take everyone tonight. Look at that line. Look at that line outside the door. Just people standing there to give. And because there are so many, they may have to come back. If you're there in line or you know someone in line, you might have to come back tomorrow, because they're just
talking about trying to just wrap their head around how many injured, how many parents have been notified, who is still looking for an update on their child. So a lot of questions still to be answered there, but we're hoping to hear at least from some school officials in just a few minutes from the Emergency Operations Center off of Amnicola Highway.
At this point, we've not heard from Durham, which is the company that contracts with Hamilton County. They earlier had promised a statement. We haven't heard yet, but we do know, we have been told, that the bus driver is cooperating with the Chattanooga Police Department, answering questions, and we hope to hear from them at some point. And of course, when we do, we'll let you know. But it's a hurry up and wait kind of situation. We want to know so we can share the information with you. But priorities are the kids and the families and taking care. And this is agonizing. 6 children, 6 kids on their way home from school, a mile away from home maybe, who didn't make it. 5 of the kids were on the bus. Another one died at TC Thompson, and it's agonizing. It's absolutely agonizing.
And you can see there that little boy, only one shoe. He was the young child Darian, 8 years old, who we spoke with after his parents went to the scene and brought him out, and saying he lost a shoe in that crash. He obviously visibly shaken, as so many of those children will be. But that's why counselors and chaplains are standing by at Woodmore Elementary School. If you need support, if you need help talking to your children, they say that they're standing by there with other officials there who have the right words to help you talk to your child and talk to people about what has happened this tragic day in Chattanooga.
News Channel 9's Alyssa Sprado joins us now live.
The ages kindergarten through 5th grade, 23 transported to the hospital. The latest number we have, sadly, tragically, 5 students on board were killed. 1 student passed away at a hospital.
We will, of course, keep you up to date throughout the evening, and we will stay with this story. It involves so many in our community, and such a tragedy involved with so many people as well. As we hear more, we will pass it along to you.
David mentioned that the Hamilton County schools are scheduled for their last day of class before the Thanksgiving holiday tomorrow, and most of those schools will be open. No announcement has been made as to whether or not Woodmore will be closed, but you can only imagine that it would be. Also, the feeder school.
And of course, as soon as we learn anything new, we'll bring them to you there.
All right, Alyssa Sprado reporting live from Blood Assurance. We appreciate that and you stepping up and helping out and getting that word out for everyone. And I think that's part of what Chattanooga is. Everybody stepping up, trying to help. And it has been an absolutely agonizing day. As you see the information on your screen, 35 children were on that bus, 23 taken to T.C. Thompson Children's Hospital, to Erlanger Hospital. There were a total of, I believe, 35 students on the bus. 5 students were found dead on the bus, and another student passed away at the hospital at T.C. Thompson Children's Hospital. 2 hours it took to save all the kids, perhaps because of the position of the bus, because it apparently, from what we're gathering, it hit the tree somehow, but it rolled onto its right side, which made extricating the children very difficult for the emergency responders out there.
What you don't see is the crowd of people. When we first brought you a live shot out here earlier this afternoon, you saw frantic parents and even children that were on the bus that were finally able to get off the bus and go home, and we brought you that live earlier. Again, the little boy that I spoke to that lost a shoe in the wreck and had blood on his jacket. So all of them have gone home. What we do have here now are emergency crews. Just in the last 30 minutes, the crime scene unit has pulled up. We've seen at least 1 ambulance leave the scene and a few other of the cars coming around Howard Street instead to go out Howard Avenue to go away from the scene. So that's been the changes here. We've also seen the American Red Cross that's now here. They drove past us back to the scene. Again, you can see we're still being kept in the same place, and I'm not sure if you can see, but some red flashing lights all the way in the distance. It's about as far as we can see, and we know that the yard where this happened from where we are is down on the left. So again, we're still being kept back, and not much change at this location right now. And of course, this situation, Kelsey has been covering this afternoon, and something that we have to think about in Chattanooga, in Hamilton County, over the past 2 weeks, over the past month, we've seen these emergency responders dealing with these wildfires in all different locations, and now to have something like this to deal with added onto that, the week of Thanksgiving, something that makes this a little bit harder, possibly because of the long hours those emergency responders and some firefighters have already been working, and the donations that have been pouring in for those firefighters, and now, of course, people wondering how to help.
Tomorrow, that's not confirmed. We're waiting on a call back from the Blood Assurance to try to get that. But people, like you said, Latricia, answering the call to help, people saying they'll wait here as long as they can tonight to help out these families. It's such a tragic time. People, honestly, very emotional here waiting. And we'll be here. And as long as we get anything for Blood Assurance on how we can help and how the community can help, we'll be sure to pass those along to you guys.
Talking about trying to just wrap their head around how many injured, how many parents have been notified, who is still looking for an update on their child. So a lot of questions still to be answered. answered there, but we're hoping to hear at least from some school officials in just a few minutes from the Emergency Operations Center off of Amicola Highway.
At this point, we've not heard from Durham, which is the company that contracts with Hamilton County. They earlier had promised a statement. We haven't heard yet, but we do know, we have been told that the bus driver is cooperating with the Chattanooga Police Department, answering questions, and we hope to hear from them at some point. And of course, when we do, we'll let you know. But it's a hurry up and wait kind of situation. We want to know so we can share the information with you. But priorities are the kids and the families and taking care. And this is agonizing. 6 children, 6 kids on their way home from school, a mile away from home maybe, who didn't make it.